PIKAMOON Gamify. PIKAMOON is this person. A Web3 ALTCOIN GameFi token. And believe me, when I say this is here to stay and grow, I mean it. And this is where you, my friend, have a fantastic opportunity to profit from the impending bull market surge. However, you can test this out for yourself because the beta version is already available on the Play Store and App Store. Stay tuned for more information about the final release, which I'll cover in the video. Now let's move. Now, I realize that I may have exaggerated this a little, and some questions may have surfaced in your mind, like the characters in PIKAMOON. So let's begin by figuring out what PIKAMOON is specifically. PIKAMOON is a part of Gamify, a market niche in the decentralized finance ecosystem that uses game theory and blockchain technology to provide you a better understanding of what you're getting into while also allowing you to have a little bit of fun. PIKAMOON is essentially creating a metaverse unlike anything you have ever seen. The beta boasts a number of impressive features, including breathtaking visuals that rival those of AAA games, immersive gameplay, thrilling combat, and an epic plot. You can actually create and customize your own party using 6 distinct elemental types and 252 different species of PIKAMOON, and you can utilize them to battle your way up the ranks. Trust me, it's not like those false advertising. Now, enough small talk about the beta. Go straight to the PIKAMOON website at pikamoon.com. But first, just a friendly reminder that PIKAMOON's social media accounts are linked in the description. Please go follow them on all the provided links to show your support. As the timetable indicates, the beta is currently playable on all mobile platforms and has over 5,000 daily active players, which is a lot of players considering how new the game is in my perspective. In any event, the idea is rather straightforward and is similar to the playing cards that we have been familiar with since we were little. If we scroll down a little on the website, we can see all the parts listed, along with a few designated PIKAMOON NFTs. For example, electric type defeats water type, and water type destroys fire type. Although this can appear a little hard at first, the PIKAMOON team has created a comprehensive startup guide, which is accessible inside the white paper and at the conclusion of the website. You can formally resume your introduction to the game and learn more about it once you click it, which will take you to the white paper page. An RPG called PIKAMOON places a lot of emphasis on combat, strategy, and exploration. There are 2 main game modes, an online multiplayer mode and an offline campaign mode. But it appears that the company is only interested in improving the offline mode's user interface. Multiplayer is scheduled to arrive shortly after launch. Players and their PIKAMOON partner will be able to explore the lovely world of Dreva. They may either pay to enter or obtain a PIKAMOON NFT, which will allow them to use P2E mechanics. The game's compelling plot places the player against a sinister forced out to change the course of history. If players want to have any chance of preserving Dreva, they will need to explore the expansive planet, put together the best squad possible, take on formidable bosses, and confront the gods themselves. Additionally, the battle system employs a sophisticated algorithm, as demonstrated by the chart in the white paper that is included. It offers many of chances to succeed as well as additional chances to quickly challenge your brain. However, this was only a contributing factor to the game's predicted 100x outlier, not the whole story. Nonetheless, it can be roughly computed by drawing a comparison with Sandbox, which in 2020 only managed to raise $3 million with only 12% of the total token supply available. In contrast, PIKAMOON has raised an incredible $4 million with a $6 million well insight and 30% of the $PIKA supply available from the start of the presale. Regarding community involvement, Sandbox only averages 20K every post, which when compared to its massive following, only amounts to approximately 2% community engagement, while PIKAMOON averages about 8K per post, or roughly 33% of the total followers. Speaking of the operations development, PIKAMOON has teamed up with KEVRU Games, who have experience working with Fortnite and are well known in the community, to create their game. In contrast, Sandbox was initially unknown, whereas PIKAMOON has a sizable social media following. Finally, if we compare the market capitalization of the two coins, PIKAMOON has a relatively high value of approximately $35 million, whereas Sandbox's value is closer to $750 million. However, when comparing the social media platforms, I would also want to point out another very important aspect in favor of PIKAMOON. Since the beginning of the business, one of the three founders, NIXX, has been providing frequent updates on YouTube. However, after Conrad and Luke, the other two founders, appeared on the channel to jointly respond to several queries, the intensity has increased even further during the past few weeks. This degree of openness and communication will contribute to PIKAMOON's future substantial growth. Additionally, there are the founders' journals from their meetings with investors and future planning. As I've already mentioned, the PIKAMOON social tactic has gained a lot of popularity in GameFi circles in recent months, but has it truly produced any results? As for the amount of people interacting with PIKAMOON's social media posts, as we previously discussed, they have already gathered roughly 24,000 Twitter followers and 12,500 holders, which is absolutely insane given the time since the game's initial release and in comparison to similar games that were released earlier. But, I apologize if my wording gave you the impression that you had missed something. The PIKA Brazil will expire in less than 60 days, as we now know, so there's nothing to worry about. Whether it's when the timer goes off or the last 2.2 billion tokens are sold out. Crucially, this implies that uncertainty has been replaced with certainty and the ability to plan strategically for trades, as both present and potential holders now know when their capital will be unlocked. With 15% of the presale stock up for grabs and fewer than 2 months to go, there is more FOMO and PIKA buzz than ever. Thanks to a quick rush of new investors, the PIKA Brazil has felt the full impact of their large campaign and greatly improved website. Nevertheless, tokens are still available, so you can take advantage of the presale PIKA while supplies and days are still available. To talk a little bit about the NFT coin, which I know a lot of you have been looking forward to, it depends a lot on you as an investor. Okay, allow me to clarify. You purchased the PIKAMOON tokens during the sale, which are displayed in the website's NFTs section. Additionally, you will be able to mint additional NFTs the more tokens you purchased and retain. Additionally, some of the NFTs you'll be minting with the tokens will have some even more rare and unique NFTs among them, whose existence in your possession would be directly proportionate to the number of tokens you've collected, as stated by the developers. This feature is present in every open world event and game. Now, in case the jargon I just used confused you, the formula is straightforward. The more tokens you purchase, the more NFTs you have, the more likely it is that some of them will be rare. In other words, calculating the rate of NFTs, if you invest, say, $3,000 in $PIKA, you will essentially have $3,000 worth of NFTs. Simple, lemon squeeze. Moving on to the real money, also known as the PIKA token, we can see on the PIKAMOON website's token tabs how much of a return you will receive if you stake the quantity of PIKAMOONs on it. These are presently sold out, but if you purchased any during the presale, you may still do this. You can use the website's calculator to estimate how much money you could make if you stake a specific number of PIKAMOON tokens. You can change the amount of balance you have, which is your investment, and stake it against a specific number of months. As I indicated in the beginning of the film, the final release, let's look at the roadmap for future predictions first. The PIKAMOON team has announced that PIKAMOON is prepared for listing on a number of Tier 1 centralized exchanges. This is being done exclusively to offer investors more trading alternatives and liquidity. In other words, PIKAMOON's now low visibility, accessibility, and liquidity will essentially multiply be going forward, giving investors much-needed token options. Adding a multi-chain wallet would be another way to improve accessibility. This will guarantee that different blockchain assets are seamlessly integrated into PIKAMOON. A more varied and integrated gaming experience is being made possible by Pikatoon's dismantling of boundaries between various blockchain ecosystems. Last but not least, as soon as the multiplayer system is ready, the team plans to start esport competitions centered around the game.